If I look at something like gold, or I look at Bitcoin, or I look at any kind of commodity, I would have to look at it and go, well, what's it worth? And I would have to ask myself, well, how do I determine its worth? Now, if I know that I have something that's going to pay $4,000 every single year and off into the future, and let's just imagine that interest rates don't change or anything like that, just keep this really simple. And I'm saying, well, I've got this thing that kicks off $4,000 per year. It pays 4%. What's it worth? And the answer would be $100,000. It's pretty easy. It's just basic math. If I know I have a piece of real estate that is an example that kicks off, let's say that the rent on it net after all expenses is about $14,000 a year, and I know that real estate is somewhere in the neighborhood of a 7% yield after all expenses, then I would tell you that that piece of real estate's worth about $200,000. I can put a number on it. If I'm looking at a stock, a little bit more complicated, because now you're dealing with something, this real estate isn't complicated, but you're dealing with something that has earnings that go up and down, and they fluctuate, and they typically tend to grow over time by at least the inflation rate plus any kind of growth in the company. But if we're looking at the valuation of a company, I'm looking at the stream of income that's going to be coming in for the next however many years, which will include retained earnings and dividends, both of those things. And I'm looking at that stream of income and trying to figure out, well, what is it going to be? And, it's very, very hard to tell exactly what the earnings are going to be past 1 or 2 years, really. That's why you don't really know which stocks to buy and which ones are going to be better than others, because you're really looking through a glass dimly. So what happens is that's why we diversify so much when it comes to stocks, because there are just too many unknowns.